There we go. That's a big, oh! 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 That was a huge fish. Oh, that was a huge fish. Oh, it broke me off. Oh, man. That was a huge fish. All right, I'm going back to the car. This is dumb. Hey there, I'm Keegan. Welcome back to Mostly Tenkara here on YouTube. I am standing in the middle of the Owens Valley. I'm being careful of thunderstorms because I drove through a hailstorm on the way in, but it's some miles away now, but still ominous skies. So if there's any sign of thunder, it seems to be winding down. If there's any sign of thunder, I will collapse my 14-foot lightning rod and cease fishing. But I'm walking here through fields. There's a lot of cows grazing over this way. I've heard cows and also egrets calling. Got my backpack here loaded up. And I'm just gonna explore. I've got snacks, I've got water. Parked my family minivan just over there. And I'm gonna try to fish the technique that I learned in Denver, dibbing the bob, two fly downstream wet fly technique here on the Owens River, and we'll see how it does. I'd actually like to fish this run that I'm standing right next to right now. So I'm gonna give it a bit of a wide berth and start up here. Maybe because of the weather, there's not a lot of people out. Here we are. Well, there's a fish right there. Very nice. Look at that. You can hear the cows in the distance. Moo, moo. Okay, so what's this? What should I tie on to be this? What kind of fly are you? I got rigged up. I'm gonna use the Ragnarok, and I'm gonna try this two fly technique. So I've got a little bob fly right here. It's a Cutcliffe caddis that Jonathan Antunes tied me. It's about a foot from my level line, hanging off a little 6-inch piece of Tippet, and then I've got about 2 feet to another one of the exact same fly. I'm going to fish it downstream with the bob fly bobbing up and down, looking like an emerging bug, and we'll just see how we do. Looks like I could certainly fish this from shore, but I got the waders on, so I may as well use them, and we'll see how we do. Water temperature 57, air temperature 61. It's pretty perfect. I'm going to target this bank right here. Oh, there's a bite. Okay, just had a flash at it. And look, there's a caddis emerging. So there we go. There's a fish. There's a fish. Little one. I think it's actually going to be more fun to fish in the water. So I'll go land this guy in the water. If he doesn't get stuck in the weeds, which he might have just done. So that was cool. I saw an emerging caddis. It looked exactly like my caddis. And let's bring in our first fish. Come here, bud. Little rainbow. Energetic little one. Hi, bud. All right, so proof of concept. That worked great. And now I'm going to, just saw a fish jump over there. So now I'm going to work my way downstream with this same technique. So the back fly is about 2 feet below the top fly. I got a 16.5-foot level line. This is the Ragnarok, Dragontail 400 centimeter rod. And then I've got 2 Cutcliffe caddis flies. The back one, like I said, is about 2 feet, and it's anchoring and allowing the top one to really jump, just like a caddis. There's one right there. Looks exactly like my fly. This whole scenery is pretty awesome, not gonna lie. Wow, look over here. Wow. Oh, there we go. Little one just came up and smashed it. I know there's big fish in this river, so that's what I'm gonna be hunting for. At least the wind is going the right way. It's helping me right now. And I can kind of keep an eye on my bob fly. There we go. Oh, that was a big one. Okay, let's go back to you. That was a big fish. There we go. There it is again. Why do you keep missing it? It's right there. There we go. Ooh. He wants it. That's 3 times in a row. The wind is not helping me. There we go. Got him. That's a better fish. Oh, and he's off. Do I have both my flies? I do. All right, well, let's just go back then. That was a better fish for sure. Just can't pass up the opportunity at a nice juicy caddis. Can't see my flies. Too much wind. I can just sail my flies into position. I don't even have to cast them. Okay, now I can see the top fly. It's bobbing pretty well. Yeah, if I just lift my rod, the wind just takes it almost horizontally, and then I can just put it back down. Doop. If there's browns in here, I'm expecting them to be in this slow water here on the edge. There we go. That's a big, oh! 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 That was a huge fish. Oh, that was a huge fish. There we go. That's a big, oh! Oh, he broke me off. Oh, damn it. Oh, man. That was a huge fish. It looks like he broke it right at the knot. Oh, wow, okay. All right, I'm going to 4X. God. He took both my Jonathan flies. Both my Jonathan and Tuna's flies. Wow, that was not at all. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, where's my 4X? That was crazy. That was a huge fish. And then after it broke me off, it tried, did you see it thrash? It wasn't even on my line at that point. It was just trying to throw the hook out of its mouth. Jesus, my adrenaline is running now. All right, 4X fluorocarbon. Huge bummer. And if I keep hooking into fish that big, I'm gonna have to go to the Gamakatsu, which is my big fish rod. But we'll first try this Ragnarok. Oh God, that was a huge fish. Probably I don't know, probably a big brown maybe. Oh man, bummer, 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 bummer. Okay, I'm going one fly. I'm going right back to the same spot. And I'm gonna give it the same kind of motion right at the top. And that fish was almost right where I would expect it, right in this slack water on the side. This wind's a bummer. Man, so much wind. I don't think that big fish is coming back to play. All right, yeah, this is where I want to be. Now the river takes a turn like this, so that deep water slow section will be there. It just smells like cow shit. All right, so I'm gonna cast out there and just give that fly some motion while it swings all the way across. There we go, there's a bite. Small fish and a miss, but let's try that again. Can reach almost the other bank. Just keeping that line oscillating. There we go, another bite. Tiny fish, so we're gonna move on. Again, nearly impossible to see my fly with the glare on the water. I'm just sort of looking in the general area. And if I see a take, then I set the hook. I'm gonna lead it over here to this side. Oh! A little 6-inch fish jumped all the way out of the water for it. Oh, that was adorable. That was adorable. I would love to see a big fish jump all the way out of the water for it, please. That was tiny. But it is hard to control the presentation with this wind. But pretty cool that like within minutes, I was onto a really big fish. Took my whole damn rig. Yeah, I mean, this presentation is great. I'm able to just dance it on the top with this wind. Oh, now I got the grass. Eyes are watering. Is this a downstream technique? No, it's a downwind technique. Yeah, I can't. Unless downstream is lining up with downwind, there's not really a chance of getting a good presentation. All right, I may not have much fishing time left because now the wind is coming from here, and that is rain, and I'm starting to feel some drops. Okay, now the angle is such that I've got the wind right at my back. So now I'm able to dance the fly rather well. I'm gonna be running for my car in a second here because I think this is hail. There we go. Oh, that was a bite. Little fish, but right where I thought he'd be. Yeah, it's like 10 to 15 miles an hour. All right, I'm going back to the car. This is dumb. So you can hear the thunder. I had to hightail it out of there. There was more thunder and there's another cell coming by, so gotta take a break for now. Little run back to the car. Whew. All right, so it's still raining, but I threw on another jacket, threw on some layers. There hasn't been thunder in a long time. And you know what? I drove 5 hours to be here, so I want to fish. I don't want to sit in the damn car. So I'm back out, little sprinkles. It's supposed to resolve pretty soon. And yeah, so I have a new rig, 4X Tippet. I'm gonna use the Gamakatsu, which is a 450, because I think a little bit more length would help me give that fish a little more flex to work with. Definitely, with this technique, if you get into big enough fish, it's one of those times where you just run into the limits of tenkara. Like it would be way more effective to have a rod and reel. So when that fish turned, it would just pull my drag. But that's one of the fun things about it, right? You are challenging yourself, and no, that wasn't thunder good. You're challenging yourself, and yeah, you're working with what you got. So now it's not full. Wow, that's deep. Glad I brought the waders. This is like a smaller bit of creek to get back to the bigger bit of river. Okay, here we go. I got about 45 minutes of light left, and I would like to catch a fish. So let's try to make that happen, shall we? Flies are looking real good. We've already seen the technique work. That one big fish broke us off. There we go. There's a fish, tiny one, and he's off. That was a very small fish, but I'll take it. Okay, got a good one. Good 13-inch rainbow. Of course, the camera ran out of battery right before the take, but it was beautiful on the surface as usual. Just great, great fish. There you go, bud, take your time. That's a nice fish. Okay, there you go. See you later, dude. Bye-bye. That was great. Let's do that again. So that guy took the bottom fly, which often happens in this setup. The fish will come up to investigate a top fly, and then it will take the motion will entice it to come up, and then it came up to investigate the top fly in the really realistic motion, and then it's like convenient to just, it's like, oh, the back fly is right here. Or I even wonder if it gets confused. It's like, oh, this back fly that's right here, that's the one I was going to get. Because they often take the back fly. I'm going to try to get it right along this bank. Wind is dying down a little bit. Super nice. There we go. That was a big fish. That was a big fish. See if he's still there. The little guy just jumped at it. Come on, give me that big one again. That was a big thrash from a big fish. There's a little fish over there. It keeps hitting it every time it lands. But that's not the one I want. There we go. Wow. That was a big fish. He was hugging that bank and he came right up and glanced at it. Wow, I think that was the same fish. I gotta keep doing this. There we go. Oh, little guy jumped out to get it. No. Stuck in the grass. What's up, cows? Okay, I'm losing the light, so I'm definitely in the realm of, let's get one last fish. Fish just jumped right out of the water for it. Little guy. I'd like one last fish to be a big fish, though. I still think my only chance is along the bank for a big one. Cows everywhere. I think that one just sneezed. Little tiny fish just jumped clear out of the water again for it. It just smells like cow poopy all the time. Well, I netted one really good fish. One monster broke me off, and then I saw another real big one come up twice for it. Right out of the wall of the creek, just like where I'm fishing right now. I thought the evening bite might heat up, but no such luck. Tempted throwing a streamer or something. Look at that. That's the minarets up by Mammoth. Look at that color. All right, this is 7 o'clock. All right, I'm dodging cow patties as I walk back towards the car because the river's pretty deep here and I don't want to be crossing it in the fading light. It's fading spectacular light. Just almost tripped on a cow patty. But caught one good fish and hooked into one really good fish and saw one more. So excited for tomorrow and we'll see what that brings. Over and out.